Delighted to speak in today's debate on the Prime Minister's statement to Parliament. I'm proud to be able to stand here today, along with my national colleagues, to say that national-led government has been and will continue to work hard for New Zealand. Unlike the opposition, we have a strong and realistic plan to encourage investment, strengthen our economy and boost jobs for New Zealanders. We are getting on with the job of responsibly managing the government's finance, which will reduce our debt. Plus, our wide-ranging program of reforms will create a more productive and competitive economy, which will benefit all New Zealanders and help us to compete better on the world stage. Mr. Speaker, as an immigrant and pro-New Zealander, I believe New Zealand is the best place to live and to raise my two girls. National is building on the momentum achieved over the past 4 years in making New Zealand an even better place. The Prime Minister said yesterday that our trade investment links with Asia is increasing. In particular, our exports to China since 2008 have trebled. Our relationship with China, the second largest economy in the world, is indeed continuing to grow to the benefit of New Zealanders. China is now our second largest trading partner and may well be the largest before too long. I would like to emphasize that this is despite the obvious differences between New Zealand and China, such as land size, history, culture, language, and population size. China values and holds New Zealand's products in high regard, and that is why they are continuing to invest in New Zealand. Mr. Speaker, as you may be aware, China's largest dairy company, Yili Industrial Group, plans to spend $240 million building an infant formula plant in South Canterbury. I had a meeting with delegation of the Yili Group last week. I was told that Yili Group, its investment would create about 80 new jobs in New Zealand. And Yili is not the very first Chinese dairy company interested in investing in New Zealand. A few years ago, China's Bright Dairy Group injected about $82 million of new capital into Synlait milk after Synlait failed to raise the capital they needed in New Zealand. The investment has been working very well for both Bright Dairy and Synlait. I paid a visit to Bright Dairy in Shanghai last year, along with Trade Minister, the Honourable Tim Grosser. So we had a meeting with the leadership or management team of Bright Dairy, and the CEO of Bright Dairy made it very clear to us that they were fully committed to their business in New Zealand. Mr. Speaker, these are the types of investment in New Zealand that the national government is encouraging. Without more investment, we cannot have the jobs and economic growth that our families and communities need and deserve. Mr. Speaker, National wants to help business invest, grow, and create more jobs. Our business growth agenda will reduce costs and uncertainties for business. It will provide Kiwis with the right skills through schemes such as the New Zealand Apprenticeships, which was announced last week. We will continue our multi-billion-dollar infrastructure investment and unlock the potential of our natural resources, but still maintaining our environment. We will deliver more higher and quality trade agreements, boost our capital markets, and invest in innovation. Mr. Speaker, New Zealand is a strong exporting nation, and one of our focuses is Asia. We need to seize the huge opportunities that exist for New Zealand businesses in Asia. I mentioned earlier that our trade with China has trebled since we became government. China accounts for 18% of New Zealand's dairy exports, and the appetite for New Zealand's meat, in particular lamb, is increasing. We have been working very hard to expand our export to China in many other areas, including the area of high technology. Mr. Speaker, as a member of the Health Select Committee, I would like to speak about National's continued focus and success in health, in delivering a better, sooner, and more convenient health care system for New Zealanders. Our Minister for Health has done a great job in turning around the health system after 9 years of a Labour government. Elective surgery is now at record levels and under National, as well as shorter waiting times for cancer treatment, shorter stays in emergency departments, increased immunization for children, better help for smokers to quit, and more heart and diabetes checks. Mr. Speaker, as the Prime Minister said, the opposition parties have opposed everything that National has been trying to do to encourage growth and jobs and provide stable leadership in tough times. They oppose tax changes, a free trade agreement with the United States, 90-day trials, IMA changes, and oil and gas exploration. They have also opposed major roading projects. Infrastructure is particularly important to the development of our economy. We have all witnessed the extraordinary growth of Chinese economy in the past 30 years. That growth started with a huge investment, both domestic and foreign, in numerous roading projects. A popular saying in China in those years was 要致富先修路, meaning to become economically developed, build roads first. Mr. Speaker, the opposition parties also opposed a national convention center. Just a few days ago, I had a conversation with a group of Chinese business people who came to New Zealand from Australia. They had been in Melbourne from a conference. Sorry, they came from Australia to New Zealand. So they had been in Melbourne for a conference organized by their business group. Over 600 people from China attended the conference, and the conference was followed by another conference of over 1,000 people, also organized by Chinese business group. Mr. Speaker, we are seeing record numbers of Chinese tourists visiting New Zealand. They are eager to see our beautiful country. We would attract tens of thousands more visitors from China each year if there was a convention center in Auckland. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to be a part of this national-led government who continues to work hard so that all New Zealanders can have a brighter future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Raymond Ho.